Sound the alarm. XeroCon's just been and gone, and maybe it means it's time to jump ship from QuickBooks. Let's have a look and see what they announced. And let's figure out if it's time to ditch QuickBooks and move to Xero. Let's have a look. Hello everybody, my name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chatbot on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and also your friendly podcast who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, we're going to keep it straightforward. We're going to be looking at the world of Xero, which I don't look at very often on this channel. We are a QuickBooks focused channel after all. But when they've had their big XeroCon, which is basically their version of QuickBooks Connect, and they're going to be showing new XeroCon to show off all the new stuff that you should be looking forward to. It's always worthwhile keeping an eye on them. Have they done something that QuickBooks has never thought of before? Is this the chance to, all the time we should be thinking about jumping over to Xero to start using their software instead of QuickBooks? Well, we can only find out by looking at what they've announced. Ironically, the first thing they announced was a whole new redefined home bar and UI. Very similar to what QuickBooks is doing, right? Let's have a look what they've got in store. So in this one, we've got your new Xero experiences launching. Starting with refreshed navigation from September, you'll see simpler labels and smarter groupings to help you get what you need faster and flow seamlessly between tasks. This will be followed by a new homepage, previously the dashboard, which brings out rolling next video. So let's have a quick look at this video then, see what they've got in store for us.
Xero's refreshed navigation is here with simpler labels, smarter groupings, and easier access, helping you get what you need faster for a more seamless workflow. To better match how you work, sales and purchases are now in separate sections, so you can move between tasks more efficiently. Reporting has come into the main navigation for faster access to powerful insights, while the new tax menu is where you'll find tools to help manage compliance with confidence. Settings are now easier to find. They're on all menus and on the centralized settings page. The right-hand panel includes essential tools like Quick Actions, Jax, your new AI business companion, Search, Help, Notifications, and Apps. Now you can access what you need when you need it for a more fluid and uninterrupted workflow. And stand by for more on Xero's new homepage, coming soon.
Interesting. So if we think about that, right, one of the things that I find really interesting, if I can find a actual breakdown of what it looks like, let's see if we can just stop it at the right place. There we go. There we go. Okay. So one of the things that is definitely interesting is this bit up here. If you get rid of the create, this bit here, very, very similar. If I bring it up to our new layout at the top here. So it seems like both are kind of looking at similar sort of problems, right? Solving those problems. They've not got this left-hand rail. Instead, they have their top area at the top. Whatever they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but their top menu, basically. Now, my question is, interesting that both Intuit and Xero both looking at redesigning at the same time. And that kind of gives us confidence that Intuit aren't just doing this for the sake of it. They're doing it because this is the right time to do it, right? With all the AI that's coming in, all these new updates. As I said in one of my previous videos, this feels like a Jenga moment. It feels like we're at the end game of Jenga with Intuit QuickBooks. And then we've had this chance to reset. And I'm loving that. And I'm generally really excited about where this is going. But if I'm looking at this, in my view, isn't this the same problems that the old QuickBooks UI had, where that looks quite overwhelming to a new person? My favorite bit about the new left-hand navigation on QuickBooks is that that's so simple. There's 5 things to worry about there because clients won't have the My menu, right? And there'll be a 6 coming through with My Feed. That's not daunting. I still feel that that could be, and if anything, you've just created it. Now, what I will give them props for, though, is that I feel like this is them listening to user feedback and amending their their layout based on what user feedback is, and basically reverting back to what it was before. From what I can tell, this is very, very similar to how it used to be, and it's now kind of bringing it back in. And I think that's a good thing. And I think listening to user feedback is absolutely critical, so important. And I'm really happy that they've gone down this route and gone down putting that. So that bit, well happy with. I feel like the QuickBooks side was built based on heat maps and all that sort of stuff. And my only criticism I'd have on that is sometimes the heat map would say that we're clicking X, Y, Z, for example, but that was because we had to work around it, if you know what I mean, right? Like, I've got a feeling that this is going to change over time based on user feedback, where this is refining. And that's what Xero's been doing for a long time. Like, they're refining what's going on. So they're talking about how things are being changed. So I like that. I think this looks okay. This looks good. And it looks like it's going to be a good fit. A fresh UI, a refined UI, really. Let's be frank about this. This isn't a whole new UI like QuickBooks had. This is a refined UI. And I think that will fit better in the community than a whole redesign. Let's be completely frank. As much as I'm really excited about this update, as long as I'm really happy about this new redesign, and I can't wait to start using it, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be frustrated because they can't get the work done as efficiently, maybe because they're having to change it. So that's part of it, right? The other big thing that they've talked about is their new break into OpenAI relationship. So one of the more intriguing announcements of the show saw Xero reveal a new partnership with ChatGPT parent company OpenAI. Will focus on bringing financial information research from across the web. Now, I haven't been able to see any more information, but effectively, Just Ask Xero is going to be now built from, or get the information directly from, OpenAI. My feedback from this is that's good news for the Xero user fan base, definitely. But are they not targeting the wrong thing here? Because for me, OpenAI is going to be really good at the stuff that Sift Analytics is already doing amazingly. For me, Sift Analytics is pretty much best in class at the AI side of things for looking at reporting and understanding that. So they had a solution for that. OpenAI is time and time again has been saying, like, from a numbers point of view, from an analytics point of view, just look at the Copilot, right, which is based off OpenAI. Its new Excel Copilot basically says it don't do X, Y, Z with it, right? They were basically saying don't use it for accounting-based tasks. So to me, that's not the partnership that was needed. Although I'm really happy they've got this partnership. I think Jax wasn't strong enough anyway, and I think Intuit Assist was far, 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 far superior. So this will help them bridge the gap. I just don't know if that's the right gap to be bridging. Other updates that they've talked about is trying to bring in a more partner hub area. So the idea of partner hub is giving the opportunity to have access to different partners. BGL is the one that they've kind of showcased as a good starting point. BGL being a solution we use in our practice actually for sorting out confirmation statements and updates to Companies House and things like that, right? So if they can have that better integration and they can talk to Xero in a better situation, I think that will be better for everyone. And they're going to be pushing more their Xero practice management as well. And they're really pushing their work papers as well, and it'll be really good to see if that work papers now will be better off. And the idea then is that the AI Just Ask Xero will then look along the whole holistic view of your client base, not just individual clients, which again, very similar to what's happening in the world of QuickBooks and Intuit. So I'm excited for that, and I hope that means that as one does this, the other does this, and we're going to basically benefit by innovation being forced upon us because they're trying to play catch up with one another, and that's a good thing for absolutely everyone. The element that OpenAI has been helping them with is more deep research, and that's a good thing, right? It won't just be a quick, let's ask a question, let's go away. You could literally let it look into your clients, try and find things, like hopefully find things that we've not been able to spot yet. Like, that's the important thing. Like, if we can get to a position where these AI are able to go in and say, oh, by the way, this particular client, they've just gone over to one of the direct loan account. You're going to need to think about how to solve that issue. before we would have normally found it, then straight away, worth every penny, sign me up, I'm sold, right? If it can get into that sort of deep research, then yeah, I fully agree that this is where we've got an opportunity, and maybe just giving it access. And maybe it's not a case of us, with the OpenAI product having the JAX integration. Maybe this isn't going to be like that true integration, but as in it's powering JAX. If this can be the OpenAI, from an OpenAI, you can add Xero as one of your connections, then I'm interested. Then I feel like we're on the right page. Then I feel like there's a real opportunity there. Then we can start building really clever applications and really clever workflows to make that work. So I'm hoping that's the case. And I think Xero's always had the advantage where they let you have that holistic view a lot easier and a lot simpler than Intuit's always been. Where Intuit, you have to attach each individual client to kind of get to a database. Xero, once you've kind of connected as your accountant, you can pretty much see everything from there in most circumstances. So I think that's going to be impressive and that's going to be important. But overall, am I blown away with all these updates? Is this time for me to move over from QuickBooks to Xero? I don't think it is. And I think it's because Xero openly said that they're still in the refinement stage. They're still looking to refine. And I think with what we've seen and what they're trying to push forward with this AI agents and AI elements that come forward, this isn't a time for refinement. This is a time for development. This is a time for research. This is a time for pushing the boundaries, right? We don't want a product that's just being refined, because that product could be left behind. And that's my fear for this. And I don't want that, right? My ultimate solution here is that Sage, QuickBooks and Xero battle it out and each try and improve on one another and each trying to outdo one, because then us as the end consumer are going to be the ones that are going to benefit, right? And not necessarily us as the accountants and bookkeepers, but the small businesses will definitely benefit from it, right? And they've definitely got this whole idea where they're refining their product, and their product is defined as, they're not interested in anyone smaller than X, and they're not interested in any business larger than Y, right? They've got their route now, and they've got their lines, and that's who they're developing this great solution for. Whereas QuickBooks has got the advantage of it can do any solution from small to any solution to big, right? Like it's got a SKU for each one. Yeah, Intuit Enterprise needs a lot of work at the moment, but at least it's being developed, right? At least it's opportunity there. At least, you generally can have a business that starts as a sole trader, going from their kitchen sink all the way up to a multi-entity product business that's going there, and they can grow with QuickBooks from conception to that multi one. Where with Xero, they're not got that, and they don't have that. They're building it in this little eco chamber, and that works. But at what point does that leave them in a position where they're going to start falling behind? And that's my concern. And when I listened and looked at these updates here, it's still refinements, right? And it's a little bit of ambiguity there as well. Like, what do you mean that your collaboration with OpenAI? Is JAX not powerful enough now? Do they need this secondary OpenAI element of it to work? That's where I'm confused, if you like, as to where it's gone, because Intuit own Intuit Assist. That's their product. They built it from the ground up, so they know what the limitations and things are. It seems like Xero obviously own JAX, just ask Xero, and that's their product, but they're already looking to partner to enhance it. That tells me that they only think JAX can go so far, and to take it to the next level, they need third-party support, which doesn't fill me with confidence. And especially when JAX got launched to such negativity because people didn't really get any use out of it, the fact they've jumped to need OpenAI tells me that there's only so far JAX can take it. So am I looking to jump? No, not at all. I feel confident that the future of where Intuit's going to be, what we have now, more than happy with. What we're going to have in the future is mind-blowing. And yeah, unfortunately, I have to keep resorting to my things in my NDA things in the NDA I can't talk about. So if I turn to page 72 on this one, I think it is. Yeah, 72 on this one. So if I could tell you about this, this and this, you'd be on the same boat, right? But you've just got to trust me. The items in here keep me very, very excited and make sure and keeps me honest in the fact that I'm on the right path and I've backed the right horse for my practice. What do you guys think? Let me know. Like, have I missed something from the XeroCon announcements? Is there something absolutely game-changing that I need to know about? I'm really excited to see what their work papers are. Hopefully it's not behind a paywall that they currently have, right? Because Xero at the moment have this paywall situation where you can't use their work papers unless you've got a certain level and stuff like that. But if it is as exciting as it could be, I'm really excited of how that's going to be. But there we have it. My name's been Aaron Patrick. Let me know in the comments below what you think to the Xero announcements. Do you think this is the time to move on? Do you think this is the time for us to go on to a whole new area? It'll be good to know. But for now, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to this new series. Hello and welcome to this video. 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 Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this. Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So current. All right, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisors, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.